and welcome to the podcast. I am Zach Young, and joined by me is the Kaiju Commander and my Captain Comics, Tanner Bays as always.
Good morning to the people of the nation.
And with us on this side and Techie on the other, this is the Kaiju and Comics podcast where we talk about anything else. Tanner, we got another person in there with us today.
We do. We have a guest. We have the famed Darren Green, my best friend, the albino G Herbo, the non-cocaine addicted G Easy, my best buddy. Finally here. It's been a while. I've been begging for him to come on.
You don't have like an alien cousin named Gary, do you?
Gary? I might.
You might.
I'm a bit uncomfortable now. All right. Wait. Do you have more stuff to throw at the beginning before we roll into news, or are we just rolling right into news?
Update. I have a medical update. Medical update. My mouth doesn't hurt anymore. So I don't know what happened.
Teeth are weird.
Yeah, I was in so much pain the first 3 days after they told me, and I haven't felt better in my life.
Yeah, isn't your appointment tomorrow?
My appointment is tomorrow, and now I have no pain at all. So I still keep you. Hey, don't get me twisted. I keep that aura gel on me, but my mouth feels great. So if anybody cared, I'm not crying all the time now.
That's nice.
I actually put in so much work since I missed our content consumption last week. I have a couple of weeks already lined up. I have stuff ready. I also, this is going to be special, I went to Walmart today.
Oh, no.
And they had a B-Tech Godzilla movie. It's like God Raija versus King Ojo. And it's a kaiju film. And on the back, this is how I knew I needed to buy it. There's a bald Japanese man with an eye patch. I had to buy it.
That's fair. No, it's got my vote.
It was $10 and I bought it. I'm going to watch it and it's going to be great. I'm going to cover it. I'm going to do a full breakdown.
I'm ready for it.
Oh, it looks so good. I'll grab it out the car afterwards. But it looks so good.
I'm ready for it. Rolling right into some other movie news. New Shang-Chi trailer dropped and nobody said anything.
Shang-Chi?
Shang-Chi.
It's Captain Planet's cousin, Shang-Chi.
All inclusive.
Listen, that has MCU connections. We have Don Cheadle. It's fine.
Hey. Multiverse.
Yep. New Shang-Chi trailer dropped and nobody said anything when it did.
Yeah, because they didn't really do much.
Yeah, just a new promotional trailer. Saw a couple cool things in it, but nothing. It's just
more of a cinematic trailer.
Yeah.
It shows a lot of different looks, different shots, and they all look good. The subway one looks... Not subway, the train one looks so good.
Yeah, just another shot of the train scene that we had saw some things for. Them using the rings in a couple different ways. Nothing too spectacular, but it's a good trailer. Yeah. Just keeps building hype for the movie.
Solid.
Yep.
Solid.
It's good to have a nice, solid trailer. I saw this next one this morning.
What?
This next headline I saw this morning. The famed game, probably the best Avengers game we've ever had, Lego Marvel Superheroes, is getting a release on Switch on October
The
5th.
original?
Yes.
Okay.
I saw it and I was just like, I want to bring this up because it's weird.
Moving on.
It's such a weird
It
thing.
wasn't already on there?
The Superheroes 2 is. I saw that in
Well,
Walmart
what
today.
weirds me out about it is they've released like collections of the 3 Lego Marvel games. So it's weird that they're just releasing the first one. Like they're not releasing it in a collection or anything. Just here's the first one. It's like, cool.
Sick.
I'm into that. We have Spider-Man No Way Home news. It isn't a trailer or like a poster or anything. It's just a what?
What?
It's not. It's okay.
I'm waiting for you to.
We have like t-shirt reveals, so some artwork. We have learned nothing new. It's just him in the suits.
I've told you guys this for the last couple of weeks. I don't think we're going to hear anything. I don't think there will be a trailer. It will be go to the movies and find out. It's just my opinion.
But like, there's.
I also think that. I think it would be. Personally, I think it would be the best intriguing way to drop this movie.
So I agree.
What I've been saying for about a month and a half.
I agree with that, but like movies don't even have a promotional poster to put out. Like, can't you just slap Tom Holland on a poster with a black background and be like,
listen, No Way Home has no promotional anything yet, and it's coming out in what, like 4 or 5 months?
In December.
Yeah, in December. I said this is what I pitched the other week, that we just resend out, if it is true that Maguire and Garfield are going to be in it, just reprint the Amazing Spider-Man 1 and 2 posters, all the 3 original Tobey Maguire ones, and change the little things, change the name to No Way Home, and that's how you make it, you clarify that it's a multiverse movie. So it would be the original Spider-Man Tobey Maguire, the original poster, but maybe just put little things in the background, but the same exact things. That I thought would be sick.
Yeah, I agree with that.
If they're not going to reveal it, they're not going to do that, though.
But that's well, if you're going to,
Yeah.
I still wouldn't personally. I still wouldn't do it. But if you are going to confirm that they're going to be in it, that would be a really cool way to do it.
Yeah, but there's just nothing like they didn't even like throw Tom Holland and Benedict Cumberbatch on a poster and put No Way Home in front of it. Like there's just nothing. Like movie
Weird.
theaters have resorted to using like fan-made posters.
Really?
Yeah, because they want to promote that this movie is coming out. But they don't have any official stuff from Sony. But
That's wild.
yeah, like it's just
What are we
weird.
expecting from this movie?
Zach thinks it's going to be bad. I think it's going to be good.
I think it's going to be like one of those movies that you go and you see and you have a good time because like if you see all these three things on it, but I think it's going to end up being a bit of an overstuffed mess.
Well, I missed Far From Home. It's not on Disney Plus, so I'm a little in the dark on that.
We love it. we love the casual.
No, I want to watch it.
Well,
Put it on-
go
I
buy
have
it.
I just have it. Like I don't know.
Why don't they? I want to know why it's not on Disney Plus. This is very,
It's a Sony thing.
Sony thing, yeah.
even though it's Tom Holland.
Yeah, Sony still
Yeah,
owns
it's
Spider-Man.
still owned and
Sony, give it
distributed
up.
by Sony.
Yeah, I'm talking to you, Sony.
All right, so
You have a
last.
horse's head in your bedroom tonight. I'll tell you what. I saw the the trailer for the Sopranos movie, the prequel. That made me want to watch that whole show. It takes place in Newark. I feel like I'm home. I feel like I'm seeing my grandpa Nick in there, just like in the background. Like,
Hey, old
oh, Tony, what's up?
How much of the original Sopranos did you watch?
I've seen like 3 episodes. Not in succession. There were like 3 different seasons.
Good thing we're on the same page. All right.
That's great. Last piece of MCU stuff for it. We have small bit of news of What If. There were 2 restrictions on the What If team for what stories they could do. They weren't allowed to do anything that reminisced future MCU projects. We know this because there was one that involved Thor and the Guardians of the Galaxy that was too close to the proposed story for Volume 3. And they weren't allowed to do anything involving a galaxy far, far away.
Oh.
I fucked that up. You want to do that? I know that's your domain.
What?
Star Wars.
Yeah, Galaxy Far, Far Away. Yeah, you were right.
Isn't it? It's
A
a
long
long
time
time ago in
ago,
Galaxy
yeah.
Far, Far Away. I don't watch Star Wars
That's
anymore.
it. We can. I can come back.
Movie nights? Star Wars?
Yeah, apparently they wanted to have, in one of the episodes, they wanted to have Luke Skywalker pop up. It's just in like a throwaway thing.
And he would demolish. Sorry, what?
In one of which episodes?
We don't know. We don't know. They just say they weren't allowed to.
Right
They were
shot.
blocked from doing it. All right, so in what has become a weekly thing on this comic book podcast, we talk about wrestling. We talk about how much Vince McMahon and Nick Khan love giving people their future endeavors. They released about 12 NXT talents. I'm not getting into their names. I'm realized that I'm a fan of some of these people from when I would like drop into NXT. I don't have a lot of energy to expend on this anymore,
I got you.
but it sounds like that some combination of Vince McMahon or Nick Khan, they want to completely restructure NXT and make it a developmental brand again.
Okay. I stand by. I think Vince is trying to fuck this company up and then sell it. I genuinely think this is a George Stepien thing. I'm gonna stand by it. I don't care if it makes sense. That's my opinion. I'm sticking to it. I'm a filthy casual, but that's my opinion. I don't like Vince McMahon.
It sounds like a Vince-esque thing, but the fact that you have this brand that's become so globally loved that you're able to throw it on USA Network, on primetime TV, and all this other stuff, and you had enough faith in it to put it up against your new competitor, and now you're just like, nope, I think it should just be a developmental brand again. It's just weird. But we talked about, I know I talked about it with you. I don't know if we did mention it last week, that Adam Cole has been working on month-to-month contracts lately.
Yeah.
On last week's SmackDown, when all of these releases happened, Vince McMahon called a private meeting with Adam Cole to offer him a new contract. We don't know anything about it. If I was Adam Cole,
I would say no.
yeah, including that one of the men on this long list was Bobby Fish, someone who Adam Cole worked a lot with in NXT and were close part of the Undisputed Era faction. Just Pete Dunne also has his contract coming up. It just seems like that these guys are probably going to leave.
It's rough.
Yep, these are all developmental.
Poor state of wrestling.
Yeah, these are all NXT guys. That's why he doesn't know. But
Yeah, I'm not a bad, but I like Keith Lee.
Yeah, I like Keith Lee too.
He's my guy.
So that's all of the main news. We do have some numbers for a movie that just came out last weekend.
Yeah.
The numbers are in for the Suicide Squad
Already?
for opening weekend. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Opening weekend has happened. They're not good.
Are they really not?
They
good?
are not good. Suicide Squad pulled opening weekend domestically
in theaters, or is this
in theaters 26.5 million
I don't think
domestically.
Yeah,
I don't think that's bad because I think people are also watching at the crib.
So I
Yeah, HBO
stand
Max.
by this.
Yeah.
It's still not looking good.
I
Like we'll see what it pulls on its
people are
second weekend.
You gotta remember. People already know the first Suicide Squad.
Yeah.
So casuals aren't going to go see it if they didn't like the first one.
Yeah.
It's a DC movie, so it's like a 75% chance that it's going to suck ass. And then it's... I don't know. I don't know what the third thing could be, but...
Yeah.
And people don't want to go out to the theater and die of the Delta variant, so...
Yeah, I definitely think that definitely affects it.
Yeah,
That
definitely.
absolutely affects it. But it's still... Knowing what we've seen
I'm definitely
from...
shocked.
That,
Yeah.
Is that low or that high?
Yeah. No, that it's that low.
Yeah.
Like, I'm very shocked.
Yeah, and of course, all the stuff you said included in this, that is something that you need to note. The first Suicide Squad domestic opening weekend was 133.7.
In a non-COVID.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It is worth mentioning all that stuff. It didn't have a release on HBO Max the same day.
Yeah.
Didn't do any of that stuff. But still, with what we
think
know
this
for
will
the
have
budget of the movie,
This will have a second wave. I think this will get a word of mouth and people will really
Yeah.
buy it.
I think it's really going to come down to if it makes its budget back or not. And it hasn't made its principal budget back, let alone its marketing budget and all that stuff. So
I think it'll be all
we'll
right.
see. We
I
went to
saw
go...
it twice.
You paid for half them tickets.
I spent $45 on tickets that day.
Genuinely, I got home from when we saw it. I got home and I was looking for something to watch while I worked on stuff, and I thought about it, and I was like, I could just pull up HBO Max and put it on again. Like, I'd be down for it. I was working on Suicide Squad-esque stuff anyway.
It was good.
Yeah, but
I really enjoyed it.
we'll get really into that in a little
we
bit
will.
here. But that's all the news I have. I don't know if you have anything.
For news?
Yeah.
Do I have anything for news? I have some sports stuff.
Okay.
Free agency is over. And that's the news.
Okay.
Basketball free agency, by the way. Lakers in 4. That's it.
Bucks and 6.
Bucks in 6!
I have no idea what any of that means.
Don't ask me.
That's our famed Kristaps Porzingis stand.
Porzingis.
All right, that's it. Let's move on.
I mean, we don't have... It's a bit of a different episode. We're not doing content consumption this
No.
week. It's a bit of a combo of how we're doing
But
things.
I'm
We're shaking it up, but we got...
I'm bringing the thunder.
You're bringing the thunder.
I am bringing the thunder.
Okay.
I will be doing my new segment
Okay.
that is called Kaiju of the Month. I didn't want to do it. I either want to do it every week or every month, but then I realized that if I do it every week, I might run out of kaiju very quickly. The segment would last maybe a half a year at most. But I'm going to do Kaiju of the Month. This is brought to you by the Kaiju Admiral,
Yes. I've
Terry
heard about
Bays.
him.
My dad told me to do this, and I thought it was a fantastic idea. So, when are we going to roll the intro?
I don't know. This is all your thing.
When should we roll the intro, Mr. Music Man?
Nah.
Right But this is Kaiju of the Month. This month's Kaiju of the Month.
Yeah. This time
Is-
around.
You ready for this?
Yeah.
It's my favorite Kaiju.
Okay.
It is from the Godzilla universe. It is also the first Kaiju that ever, one, worked with Godzilla, and two, fought Godzilla.
Okay.
His name is Anguirus. For most people, they know him as the dude with spikes on his back.
Yeah, I've heard
He's
of
also in a really cool scene. This is how this part of the podcast is going to go, okay? This is how I figured it out. I'm going to give you a couple of fun facts, any interesting things, first times about a kaiju, and I'm going to bring it up sparingly throughout the month. Whenever I can make a connection, I'm going to force a connection.
Okay.
Because I'm going to ham it up, because that's what I love to do.
Yeah.
We love kaiju here.
Yeah, it sounds like my dating life.
What, the ham?
Well, you love kaiju too.
I was gonna say forcing a connection, bringing it up every chance I get.
Oh, Jesus. So, Anguirus, first time and only time, this is really cool. Not a lot of people know this, I realized. Anguirus and Godzilla are the only kaiju to ever be dubbed. I believe it is the second Godzilla movie ever. It might be the third. It's one of those two. It's an old black and white film. Anguirus and Godzilla are dubbed and speak to each other. They have a conversation about what they should do in the movie. And that's the only time that ever happens. And it's a really neat thing. Especially when you listen to it in English, it might be the funniest thing I've ever seen.
Is it like, yo,
Hey.
I'm Godzilla. Yo, I'm Anguirus. Yo, I'm a drop kick you.
No, it's not your DMs. But it is. It's a regular human conversation from the 70s.
Oh, so it's probably
human
also
conversation?
Uh,
racism in there somewhere.
No, it's not racist. What?
Human conversation?
Yeah, they speak.
They're not human.
Got 'em.
There's the racism.
Also, Anguirus, I believe, is modeled after I'm going to try to say this animal's name right. A pangolin? Do you know what a pangolin is?
I know what it is.
It's like an armored kind of like weasel badger type of thing.
Like an
Okay.
armadillo with a tail.
Okay.
Yeah.
Armadillos have tails, but okay.
Like a big tail.
It's like
Oh,
a big,
okay.
big tail.
like
it's-
lobster tail.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's really sick. He has spikes. He's in, I believe it is 7. I think he's in 7 kaiju films.
Okay.
I think he's in his original. He's in Destroy All Monsters. He's in Final Wars. He's in, no, he's not in GDR. Might be in 5 or 6. Because I know he's in a couple other ones where they team up. And I just don't remember it. I think he's been playable in every Godzilla video game. Unless it's just a Godzilla video game where you play
Yeah.
as only Godzilla, obviously. Yeah. And he's a mainstay. He's a staple. I would say he's one of the more favorite characters once you get past like Godzilla, Mothra, King
Yeah.
Ghidorah.
Well, I definitely recognized
Yeah,
the name when you
he's-
said it.
He's definitely up there. My favorite. This is my personal thing I'm bringing. My favorite scene. I'm always going to bring up my favorite scene with that character in it, or if it's in a video game, my favorite time in a video game. So I've told you about this before. There's a scene in Final Wars where Godzilla is walking through. He just threw Kamacuras, the spider kaiju, into space, and he's walking through, and Rodan, King Caesar, and Anguirus meet him to fight him, and basically, Anguirus ends up turning into a soccer ball. And Godzilla throws him he hits him with his tail, and he starts going. And then King Caesar does like a scissor kick and kicks Anguirus back. And then Godzilla dives like a goalkeeper in soccer and saves the goal. And then Anguirus just dies. And then he throws King Caesar on his back, and then they're both dead. Oh, because Godzilla hits him with his tail, right? And he hits Rodan out of the sky, and Rodan dies. It's the funniest thing. Final Wars is so fun because it's just so stupid. Watching Godzilla jump like he's saving a penalty shootout for the Champions League is the funniest thing I've ever seen. He's just,
I think that's a Godzilla movie that we need to watch.
It is the stiffest thing. It's one of my favorites. But yeah, our Kaiju of the Month will be Anguirus. I will not mention his appearance in that god-awful, never to ever be spoken about anime on Netflix because he's horrible and it makes me upset. And that's all I have to say about that. Don't. Don't even patronize me. Please.
I wasn't going to. I'm just saying, I got a text this morning, and it was telling me that in 50 years from now,
I hate you. I hate you so much. I really hope you combust.
So I was like, texts from the past telling you what you're going to do tomorrow. Anyway, moving on.
It's so horrible. But yeah, that is the Kaiju of the month. Thank you, Bobby, for doing the intro.
You're welcome.
It was sick.
Yeah.
I showed it to my dad.
What did he say? Yeah, we never talked about that.
So I played the intro for my dad. The raw intro that you sent me, not the one that just played.
Yeah.
Hopefully.
You know what he said to me? He's like, "Can you play it again?" I'm like, "Yeah." Play it again. He's like, "That's not Godzilla." He's like, "That's not it." I'm like, "Dad, that's most definitely it." He's like, "Oh," and then he's like, it's too quick. I was like, "Yeah, we have to speed it up. I can't just play the whole opening of the Godzilla." He's like,
Yeah.
"Well, why not?" Well, I said, "That would be like 15 to 20 seconds. Just that." He's like, "What's 15 seconds in a podcast?" And I was like, "You're kind of right." But he liked it. He really did. He's like, it's very distorted and like in your face, but he definitely liked it.
Solid.
I only think he said he liked it because he saw the disappointment on my face when he didn't lose his mind when I played it. But I do think he actually liked it. Thank you, Dad. I love you. You're not going to watch this, but thank you. I love you. Probably listening to this. I love you too. Actually, you know, cut that out. Mom, don't put her name. I don't know if she wants me to say her name. Are you ready? Ready? Run it back. Mom, I love you. Thank you for listening. If you're listening, you might be listening. I know Dad probably isn't. Dad doesn't know how to use most things.
I can't. I tried like 3 times.
Just search Kaiju and Comics on Spotify.
You're not the
It's
first. You're
that
not
hard.
the first one on Spotify.
Yeah, we're on Spotify.
I looked for YouTube. I wanted to watch it.
Oh yeah, you did say that.
Oh no! If you do that, you want to search Cap Zach Young, or just follow
Yeah,
the
'cause
link,
that's the-
or just follow the links on the thing.
Okay.
Thanks on the thing. All right.
Well, now
So
you're the first one.
That's the segment will only get better as we go on because you're
Yeah.
looking at me. You looked very disappointed.
No, you're
You
good.
remind me of my father when
Oh.
you were looking at me while I was doing the thing. So I promise it will get better.
Okay.
If he offers you a job.
I don't know. I know like at least -1 less kaiju than you. So
-1.
That makes me worried.
if I learn that one kaiju, it's over.
All right. So
All right.
is that it? Or are we
Yeah, I
going-
think we're throwing an ad break. So I'm still leaving that whole thing in, except I'm just gonna bleep out her name because I
Okay.
think it's very funny.
Yeah,
when
good.
you just don't like roll it
literally,
back.
That's what I was trying to do.
Oh, okay, perfect.
I knew you did. I saw it in your eyes. You were
Yeah, it's like,
I
oh, there's
as soon as I
comedy.
said, cut this, and if you would have said, okay, yeah, we can cut it, but then I looked at you and you didn't say anything, I was like, we're not cutting this. All right, let's go.
What?
Okay.
Who's getting a call?
I say it's.
It's me.
Why is your vibration on?
Should I turn off vibrate? Are we like we're on pause right now, right?
Kind
Okay.
of.
Are we ready?
Yeah. Do you want to do and we're back?
And we're back again. Okay, what's going on?
So we're pretty much. You can kind of like. We're congealing this main thing together here because we have like Suicide Squad reaction review and a segment I like to call Filthy Casuals, where we take a filthy
Fuck.
casual.
I don't know if it's me or you, so...
Well, we're talking about
It's
DC, so it's him.
It's both.
It's still gotta be me.
If we're talking about wrestling, you're usually the filthy casual whenever I bring up wrestling, so it's fine.
I will educate myself.
Yeah, we're not actually calling it. We might be calling the segment that. I don't know yet.
I think you
But-
should keep it.
That's pretty much how you pitched it to me.
I did, yeah. Kind of.
Was we're gonna talk about Suicide Squad movie because it just came out and we all saw it, and then also just DC stuff because you don't know anything apparently.
That's what
I
he
know
said to
a
me.
little bit. I said.
Okay, that's perfect.
He's like, I can give you the casual view of
Yeah,
this shit, so...
yeah, because I've lost that over time.
Yeah, well, yeah.
Haven't we all?
Well, no.
Listen, I met a girl who I told you about
Oh, yeah,
this.
this shit-
I met this one girl who does like her whole thing was that she's a geek, right? And I was like, oh, that's cool. So I met her, got her number. We talked really into like anime and manga and shit. I assumed that at some point it was known that I was a comic fan. The one day I was just like, yeah, I'm running out of time to do stuff, especially once with all the Marvel stuff coming out. She just stopped talking to me. Just stopped talking to me immediately. I was like, what the fuck?
She said I only read Image comics.
I was gonna say you should have went DC, bro.
I do it all. I got the comicness on me.
So, Suicide.
The Suicide Squad.
Excuse me. You can't just say, suicide.
Just don't try it, all right? Nobody
I
cares.
said what I said. So how do we want to start this off? Do we want to talk about the movie? Do we want to go over our favorite characters? Do we want to give it a grade and then talk about it out of 10?
How was your enjoyment in the theater watching it?
I enjoyed it a lot.
I
Which
did
time?
too.
The first time or the second time?
We were all here for the first time.
I need to let the people know. I saw it at 7:10, and then I went back at 10 o'clock and saw it again. I will not reveal why,
Why?
but I did go and see it another time.
Why did you go and see it later that same night?
You fell asleep halfway through.
Yeah, I had to. I missed the after credit scene, so I had to go.
Okay.
Did we ever find out if there was an after
There
credits?
is.
Yeah, there is.
What was it?
Peacemaker's alive.
Yeah, he's laying on the thing.
Yeah.
I love John Cena, but fuck that.
No. I need more Peacemaker in my life.
I don't.
Fuck you.
No, he upset me.
He just reminds me of that dude from I don't know why. He reminds me of the G.I. Joe character, the one with the silver face. Does anybody know what I'm talking about?
No.
Cobra Commander. Or that's what he looks like to me.
Dude, no.
That's what he looks like.
Don't do
I
Cobra
kept
Commander
saying
like
it.
that.
But yeah, no, I really enjoyed it. There wasn't a point. Okay, there was one point where I was like, oh, I don't know. But then, other than that, I was like, yeah, this is really good.
There was a lot of different points to where I thought I knew what was about to happen through the rest, and then it just took a left turn, and I was like, okay. Like,
It definitely kept you on the edge of your seat
Yeah,
the whole
definitely.
time.
and to the credit of the bloodbath that was the opening scene, it kind of set that precedent of, like, you don't actually know what's going to happen in this movie. Yeah, I do. This will probably... Nope. Everyone's dead.
So yeah, that was like the only problem I had with the opening was like my only problem with the movie, and it really isn't that big a problem. It's just it felt a little rushed, and I wish I would have had more time in prison.
Yeah, I kind of get that. 'Cause
I feel like I could have done away with the scene where he tries to eat Rat Girl, done all that, and just stayed in prison, and because then I get more of the other characters. Like it was cool to just see like Nathan Fillion and Pete Davidson all just die immediately. But I would have liked to just gotten a little bit more camaraderie, even if they just did, like how Pete just like throws the little shitbird in front of Idris Elba. Why did she? But like more little things like that.
Yeah, they're kind of like character building stuff,
Yeah.
but we don't waste a lot of time doing it on the characters that are just going to die in the beginning.
Yes, I get
Which,
that.
yeah, I get where you're
But
coming
that
from
could
on
I
that.
felt like that could have added to the opening of them all dying immediately.
I think that like it was definitely played for shock value on it,
Yeah.
and I liked it.
Yeah.
It upsets me that Dane was correct, but
I didn't. I think it was a good call.
yeah,
What was the call?
He said that the whole first team would just die.
Oh, it sounds like he was right on the money.
No, he wasn't.
Well,
Because
one survived.
he also two survived.
Two
'Cause Harley's
survived.
part of the first team.
Yeah.
He also said that Harley Quinn was going to die, and he was very vehement that yes, Harley's dying. And I'm like, yeah, no, that's not gonna happen.
And he was like, James Gunn said he's going to do something. They let him do whatever he's want, and he's going to do something. He's going to kill Harley. Was his whole thing, and it was just like, I think that's the one that I'm very sure is not going to die. And I also think I said that Weasel will probably make it out alive as a joke, and well,
Well, he was saved by the Sean Gunn, the Sean Gunn casting.
I think that was my reasoning. It was like it's
literally
Sean
was.
Gunn,
And I backed it 100%.
yeah. But Sean Gunn played another character in this movie. That's who played Calendar Man. I don't know if you noticed that
Yes.
was Calendar
Yeah,
Man.
yeah,
line.
yeah. Because Crag is yeah. Right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Kraglin. Right? Yeah.
In Guardians. Yeah. That was a cool cameo
It was.
to have Calendar Man thrown in. The internet's so upset about it, and I don't know why.
Why? What is Calendar Man? Oh no, yeah, I know Calendar Man. Yeah.
This movie's having a similar effect that Guardians did, in that Guardians came out, it was really good, and then you had all the people who want a reason to bash it saying that they were hardcore fans of these characters that no one's heard of. And this is essentially what is happening with Suicide Squad now. You're having stands of Bloodsport, Calendar Man, few Polka Dot Man ones, and a lot of like the characters that were in the beginning that just died. And I'm just like, nah, these guys are one-off appearance people in the comics. Like,
Calendar Man, like,
Calendar
is
Man,
so boring.
he's like an animated series thing that they did something silly with.
No,
like,
I know
cool.
who he is, but
Yeah.
like, he doesn't do anything.
Yeah, it's cool to just see him. Like,
Yeah, that was cool.
Yeah.
But like, these people are like, he only got one line. I'm like, he only deserves one line.
I didn't even know it was Calendar Man. I saw tattoos on him. You know who I thought it was?
Who?
Victor Says. I was like, Victor says like talks like that. I was like,
Yeah, I mean the tattoo is like it's months or days or something like that.
I just saw that and I thought it was the.
I only knew because I had known about it ahead of time. Like I wouldn't have recognized it while watching the movie, but
It was the months. It was
the months.
It was them like was shortened, so like Mar, April.
April.
Yeah.
So, everybody's favorite character.
Peacemaker.
Can I come back to that?
Yes, because I'll be real quick.
All right. I said, come back to me.
I know. I'm waiting. I'm trying to give you as much time.
Yeah, he's giving you some more time because he already knows, and
Yeah.
we kind of already
So
know.
you
as
better
well.
start thinking.
Okay,
You
I'm
better-
good.
okay.
Ratcatcher. 2.
That's your favorite?
She's my favorite.
Yeah, she's cool.
She was really cool.
Okay.
Yeah,
I
I
enjoyed
liked
it.
her. Loved. I forgot Taika was supposed to be in this movie.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
really liked Taika Waititi's character.
So I saw him. I saw
he's in
his
it
thing
for
at the
a
beginning.
total
I was
of
like,
2
he is supposed to be in this, and that was a really cool. I love seeing Taika Waititi just randomly
Yeah.
showing up in these movies now. Like it's just made me happy. We saw the previews for Free Guy, and that I labeled that as like a movie that I really wanted to see when I first saw the previews for it last year. And then I noticed that the one guy is played by Taika Waititi. Now I kind of want to go see it again now.
Favorite was Milton.
Who?
Milton.
Who?
Milton.
There's a
We
guy
had
named
a
Milton.
conversation about him for 3 hours. No, King Shark, without a doubt. I knew
that's
King
what I
Shark would
figured.
be my favorite, and I went into it, and he was my favorite.
Yeah, I'm surprised. I am surprised he made it through. I'm happy he made it through,
I wasn't.
especially if that means we get more King Shark.
I knew he was making it. I was
Is
convinced.
he like invincible? What the fuck?
Yo, he kind of.
He's thick-skinned,
He's,
yeah.
he's a god. He's a demigod. He really is just.
So wait, he is Maui.
So the answer to
Somebody get this man.
That's what I thought the whole movie. I
Man
was like,
said this is a Moana deleted character.
I see what's happening. Yeah.
He is Mount when he does the half shark transformation.
yeah,
we-
exactly.
We actually don't know anything about him. Like even comic book King Shark, there is no concrete origin. It's just like
he's supposed to be the son. When they said the son of a shark god, he is like a descendant of.
they said he's rumored to be descendant of this. Like there is nothing
There
concrete about
is
King
something
Shark.
comics. I read it the other day. I just can't bring it. I remember because I could see the guy that's supposed to be his descendant. It's this. It is like a shark god. I don't know. I can't. My DC knowledge
You mean
is
his
not that
ancestor?
extensive, but I know about that.
You mean his ancestor,
Yeah,
not his
My
descendant?
point is, there's legit just like a race of anthropomorphic sharks in the DC universe.
but he's not a Parthenon. He may be, but I know this god is his dad because I know that's comic accurate. I know it. I will stand by it, and I'm not walking off it.
What comic did he originally appear in?
I have no idea. But I know about his ancestry.
Because that's the only time they do an origin for him is the comic where he
I don't think you
first
know that.
appeared
I don't
in.
think you know that.
I do know that. I did the research this morning.
I don't think you did. I don't think you know.
Also known as Charlie the Tuna.
That
His-
may be the greatest man of
His
all
first
time.
comic appearance was Superboy, by the way.
I'm telling you, I know that there's a shark god. I know.
Anyway, just thick-skinned. That's why he's able to take bullets.
Hey,
I
he's a
assume.
demigod.
I don't know who to believe.
Probably him.
I'm leaning more towards thick skin.
Did I not? It's Sylvester Stallone.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
I
his
did
voice.
not know that.
Yeah,
Stole
the
the show.
I
the
thought-
race he's a part of is called the Street Sharks.
Streets.
I love DC Comics.
I was gonna say I don't know why they put a voice filter on him. I think they could have just had Sylvester Stallone talk normal,
Absolutely
and it would have been
Oh,
favorite character, I would say right off, just based off most screen time, I really liked Dubois. I thought he was pretty good.
okay.
But actually, I don't know his name, the one guy with the glasses who was in HQ for the Suicide Squad, when he was like, "Are we the bad guys?" Like
Yeah,
the
the
whole
big guy.
movie?
Yo, what the fuck
Like,
are we doing?
That was really good.
Low key, every time I saw him, I thought of you. I was like, look at Garen.
I know I
Made
put
it
on
big
a-
in the world.
I know I put
Working
on a
in the
few
government.
pounds, but
Though
damn.
I will say this, Amanda Waller. I loved this portrayal of Amanda Waller. I
Yeah.
liked Viola Davis in the first movie, but she was a lot more assholed up here.
She just doubled. It was like she already doubled down.
Yeah, and like as someone who, and I don't read a lot of Suicide Squad comics, and the cinematic Suicide Squad's very different than comic Suicide Squad.
Yeah.
But it's like you took like all of that. You weren't really gonna kill his daughter. I've done worse. And it's like, yeah, no,
Yeah,
She was gonna.
The first one is her pitching the Suicide Squad to the government.
Yeah.
So it's like before she gets rolled, like, because she's already a badass, right? But
Yeah.
she's not.
Well, I mean, she
a-
does
a
the thing
dickhead.
where their directive in the first movie is to get her, and then she kills everyone in the room because she actually doesn't give a fuck.
Yeah.
So, like, you see a little bit of it, but just in this movie, it was just so much more here.
Yeah.
Sorry. The father of King Shark is just the king of all sharks, also known as the Shark God. That's it.
Did I just catch a dub? Just what it feels like. Feels like that'd be Michael Jordan.
Okay, but what's the thickness of his skin?
That's the real question.
He's got the blubber.
So I have a question for both of y'all now.
Okay.
Okay.
I want to hear a matchup between Shark Boy and Aquaman. Who would win?
Shark Boy.
Aquaman.
Shark Boy.
This is very divisive.
Has Shark Boy ever fought George Lopez in a dream dimension? Couldn't be me.
Yeah,
Case was made.
Shark Boy
Boy
has
has-
fought George Lopez in the Dream Dimension.
That's what I said.
You messed up on what you said. You said,
Has Shark Boy ever? Oh,
yeah.
Damn.
couldn't be me.
you had a point and then undermined yourself. You played yourself.
Congratulations. Yeah. What favorite scene? Did anybody have a scene that like really stood out to them they really liked?
I had two I really liked. It is both of them have Peacemaker in it. Peacemaker and Rick Flag's fight was a lot, and then Peacemaker and Bloodsport trying to out badass each other
In the beginning, in the prison, or
No.
the one when they got to
in the camp.
Mhm.
Just
Camp was good.
I think the reveal on that was probably one of the best things about that film.
Whoa, which one?
When they find out that it's the rebels.
the rebel
and they're
camp.
just cutting
He's the good
through 'em.
guy.
That was genuinely that was such. I always forget about the scene, and then I'm like, that scene is so good.
And then King Shark just burps up a finger.
I don't know if you guys heard him when we went to the theater when Amanda Waller's walking Dubois to go and introduce him to the team, and she walks by Peacemaker's cell, and Garen goes, "Why is she showing him an empty cell?"
yeah, I was right next to him.
I was
heard.
making that joke too. I fucking love you.
I tried so hard not to explode.
I was literally talking shit that whole
Yeah,
movie.
He was.
Bro, he cracked me up the entire time. Yeah, but didn't you say when we went, they showed King Shark, like, yo, Killer Croc looked different?
I was like, that's a weird recasting. No, actually, but speaking about John Cena, I think John Cena did really good in that movie. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, like, nobody's questioning that he doesn't have acting chops,
Oh, yeah.
but, like, he had a solid performance.
He
I
did. He
think.
did very well.
Yeah,
I'm actually, as much as I was mad that you said you want more Peacemaker, I'm actually down for that.
yeah. I mean, we're getting more Peacemaker.
Oh,
so.
like 100%.
Well, yeah, no. It's first
There's a
episode
show.
comes out in January.
No, sick.
Wait, a show?
Yeah, there's a Peacemaker show that they filmed in the same time as it.
John Cena.
Yep, with John Cena. James Gunn did all the writing for it. He's directing 5 out of the 8 episodes.
Oh, sick.
What?
I might start
Yeah.
watching DC shows.
Yeah.
Literally, he was writing some stuff on the side because COVID had delayed everything. It's foggy, it's fine.
I know.
And they just came to him and they asked him because they wanted to do TV show tie-ins like Marvel is doing with Disney Plus stuff. And they're just like, if you had to pick a character, what would it be? And he's like, I mean, I already got this extra Peacemaker stuff written. Like, we could just turn this into something. And it's John Cena. He'll pretty much do anything you asked for him. I am willing to stake a claim on the fact that scene of the tidy whitey scene, I guarantee you that was supposed to be a one-off gag. And Cena went, I can do a whole scene like this. And James Gunn is just like,
Okay.
you can do that.
I love it. Now that's just racist. That got the biggest rise out of the whole theater. When he said that, everybody went off. That's funny.
Just that and non-lethal you lose exploding bullets. No one likes to show off. They do if the one showing off is being as dope as fuck about it. Fuck, he's right.
Are you drinking tea? Idris Elba, I might just be a sucker for Idris Elba, but I loved him in this movie.
Yeah, I loved
He's
him a lot.
so fucking good.
And again, shout out to, I don't know the actor who does it, Rick Flag as well, for again being
Yes,
one of the
he was
ones who came back from the first movie
so
and just
good.
being that much better.
Rest in peace, Captain Boomerang. I really
Yeah.
didn't want him to die immediately.
I think he was just like, I'm not doing Suicide Squad again. And
Poor guy.
Said-
He's
said
the
if I'm
perfect
coming
cat.
back, kill me.
Oh, we got off of the point. Favorite scenes, the opening scene inside the helicopter. That was my
Yes.
favorite scene. What
Is it a
do you
werewolf?
think it is?
The one that they showed in the trailer for it.
All words, all names are letters, dickhead. What? Ah, my head! Why do we have these?
Set pieces.
But that guy, oh my, him just speaking cracked me up.
GDK. Your names are letters. All names are letters.
Dickhead.
It's like just really, really remnants of the all words are made up.
Wait, what did his name stand for?
The detachable kid.
In the comics, his arm fall off boy though,
Yeah.
right? Okay.
Yeah.
How does that relate to Stretch Armstrong? They're actually cousins. They both have the same gamma rays.
Yeah, that was my favorite scene. That cracked me up.
That was good. I liked Peacemaker the most. Idris Elba, Bloodsport, very good, and I think they rubbed off each other very well. To where when you had that final showdown at the end, I was like, "Fuck, I do want this."
And like you said,
Rip Idris Elba's knees, by the way.
Yeah. Other than King Shark, because like it's like the funny answer. Flag, I think, was my favorite.
I had called, so again, like in the theater, I was like calling stuff. Bobby was right next to me. He heard most of it for it. When Flag found out that this was all U.S. stuff and he looked for the drive, immediately I was like, Flag's dead. Just because.
I think, and they made you know the Flag was
Yeah.
gonna die.
Yeah.
But I also knew that it was Peacemaker taking him down because it's a very.
That's the only reason why he showed up.
Yeah.
As soon as he left King Shark in that scene, I'm like, all right, Flag's dead.
Yeah. Peacemaker, that Peacemaker Flag dynamic and how Amanda Waller factors in, that's all modern day Suicide Squad comics right now. Is Rick Flag is tired of Amanda Waller's shit, so she has Peacemaker around now. So I love to see that. All the two main set pieces for their fight, showing it through the helmet and the stab through the heart.
Oh, the helmet thing was so cool. It was such a James Gunn thing to do. And I loved it.
That heart one was brutal.
Yeah, going in like Mortal Kombat-esque fatality.
He got an X-ray. That's how you know he was dead. He got an X-ray. I was like, damn, he just hit him with a super. He used all 4 bars. I was like, that's over.
It's like, damn.
He was
Then
under
turn around,
15%
Ratcatcher.
life.
Oh shit, they did. I forgot about that hole when he stabbed him. The heart
Yep.
got shown. That's
So-
fucked up.
And in that moment, when that happens and Ratcatcher sees him and Peacemaker's going after her, in that moment I thought, Peacemaker's about to murder the fuck out of everyone else.
Yeah, I thought that was
And I
the
believed
end of
it.
movie.
I believed that this movie
I was
was
con- I was
ending.
You think he
confident
could
he's
take Shark?
Oh, no. Absolutely not.
I think if he
What's the
was...
game plan?
There is no game plan. You lose. You
If-
get eaten. That's the game plan.
I think if Peacemaker was sent out by Waller with the contingency to be able to take everyone down, he would have a thing down. Peacemaker, like just pulling out Peacemaker and putting him against Shark, probably not. Like,
Yeah.
but Amanda Waller's the type of person who would have a contingency for King Shark ready.
Yeah. Well, I mean, the Switch.
Yeah.
Yeah, facts.
I also thought that when they were walking away from when they turned around,
You
started
said- I
walking
heard you
towards
say
Star,
that,
I was
yeah.
just like,
I was like, nobody's dying.
this could be the end of the movie. Like,
I didn't know how it wasn't going to happen, but I'm like, this movie's not done.
that's what I was at. So where like this doesn't feel like it should be the end, but I don't see how it's not gonna be. And James Gunn is a dickhead enough that he would just do it.
Get back on the satellites, you fucking dickhead. That poor guy. Oh my god, taking the bets was the funniest thing
I loved it. I saw it and I was just like, someone's watching Kaiju and comics. me and Dane are just you and Dane are making bets, and it was like, oh, that's fucking funny.
the first to bite. Oh, it was so good.
Did anyone make sure that the weasel could swim?
So wait, what's the Weasel's like feat list? Like, do we know anything about him, or is he literally a joke character?
He's killed like 20 some people, I think. He's a joke character.
Okay.
Like, he's played by Sean Gunn.
I remember. I don't know if you know this, but I don't have anything to add.
Yeah, I actually figured out it was Sean Gunn. Right when he wakes up on the beach at the very end, I saw his eyes. I was like, "Damn, that looks like fucking Sean Gunn when they're going through the portal in Guardians of the Galaxy." I was like, "Wait a minute, it is him."
Yep, it's Sean
And
Gunn.
that's like exactly what they would do. Is just put him in.
Yep, it's James Gunn loves to do it, and you know what? Sean Gunn is enough of a person that I'm okay with it.
He's got great agility and hand-to-hand combat. And that's it.
That's most of the characters in this movie, especially
Yeah.
the first team. Is they're just like one-note appearances, did something here or there, and did it.
No,
Even
Dirty.
it does not say that he can swim.
but I think it was
Panicked.
one of you that said you wanted to see the mocap before the CGI of Weasel drowning, and
Wasn't me.
I heard it might not have been one of you. I heard it in the
It might have
theater.
been that little girl in front of us that said it.
So there was a little girl in front of us, And when they're on the bus heading into the city the first time, and King Shark is just looking out, and she goes, him looking, look at all the food I can have. Look at all these people I can eat.
I'm so glad. I'm so glad that kid came around and was having a good time, because she was so uncomfortable in that seat throughout like the first half of that movie.
Yeah, she had to leave. I felt bad.
Yeah, I was literally just like, this is a rated R movie. That these
Two
grown adults that brought you should have known.
Yeah.
To where like the one woman turned and covered her eyes and stuff when Harley and the one guy were starting to go at it, and I was just like, it's a rated R movie.
Yeah, what do we think?
Like, I'm not here to tell anyone. Different kids are able to deal with different things. Like, so I'm not here to tell anyone that. But you know what your kid's capable. You know what your kid can handle, and it's a rated R movie. You know what to expect.
If your kid's not in double digits, it shouldn't be an R-rated movie. That's all I'm saying.
That's why I didn't take my grandmom. She's 103.
Karen is funny. I feel like you should talk about it because you brought it up, and then I realized that I also didn't. Make it.
So we're gonna talk about the ending. Sorry for kicking the table.
Yeah, that's fine.
Talking about the ending, I thought the rat thing, because I mean I liked Ratcatcher too. I thought she was pretty cool. But her just summoning all the rats, that was kind of just like. I would have rather had Aquaman like summon all the little like starfish guys back, you know.
I did think.
You said something.
Can we talk about that scene?
I'm setting myself up.
Okay.
Can we talk about the scene with King Shark and he's like, friends, and then they fucking eat him?
I knew that was coming.
So wait, what were those dudes?
They were just aliens.
Yeah.
It was all in Jotunheim, so it's all alien experiments, and they
Yeah.
probably just found those things.
Like, it might be a reference to something, and
Yeah.
Gotcha.
that's how a lot of these are. It's just like, here's an offhanded reference to someone off.
Fish are
appearance.
food, not friends.
Fish are food, not friends.
But so I had a grand idea of how that movie could end, and then Tanner seemed to agree with me.
I love
Okay.
it.
But so I thought it'd be amazing if the way that movie ended was to say something like Superman or somebody powerful is just fighting somebody in space, and then that person punches him down, and he like slams into wherever they were at, Cordy Mesto or whatever.
And Maltese.
Cordy Maltese, yeah. And then Superman just turns around, punches it, and destroys it, and then just runs away.
That's what I thought at one point. I was just like, I wonder if they're being forced to leave, and we're gonna see like Superman or Shazam or someone that they can get
Shazam.
just because Shazam is someone on the docket that they could actually get, because WB doesn't feel like using Henry Cavill for some reason.
Garen made a funny joke.
They were talking about how they were going to disguise and get the shark dude into the town. And he was talking about the fake mustache. I said, that's the second best fake mustache that they've done.
Actually, it might be the best.
Yeah.
You're not wrong.
But yeah, Garen was like, just having like, I wanted to be, not that he's fighting somebody else, but just he's on his way to go do something else and just accidentally kills Starro.
Yeah.
That would have been the perfect, like, I think that would have been perfect. I would have loved that.
It seems like they built Starro up, and then he wasn't as strong as he could have been.
But it's also Starro.
Yes.
I don't know anything about it.
Like, it's just kind of the thing with, like, Starro is one of those things that old school comic book fans get excited to see, because he was like the first enemy of the Justice League. That's it. Like, it's Starro.
Gotcha.
It was cool to see him. Never thought we would ever get to see Starro in anything.
I love him talking through the people.
Yeah.
Like those scenes, like he's like, I was happy just looking at the stars. I was like, damn.
That gave him like a really.
Oh yeah, it like made you feel bad.
Yeah.
I don't know. He could have went to NASA instead of killing all those people in that town. They could have sent him back.
Well, I don't know.
You think they could shoot Starro into the sky?
He can't shoot himself? He was small when they first got on the
He was just floating
Maybe
in space,
he just wanted to get enough humans to build a ladder.
Maybe.
Get up there.
So wait, he was small back then. How did he get big?
He said he grew.
Yeah. Every person he gets a hold of.
He can't poop some people out, like go back
No,
to small.
that's not. He just grew by getting older.
No, they're saying because when they first get him on the ship, he's smaller.
Small.
Then he takes all 5 and he's bigger.
Okay.
That's why it was important to show that they had all those people.
Okay,
Yeah.
I misunderstood.
I think like it was worded weird. It was something that like they take the power of the mind or something like that, and it makes them bigger. Yeah.
He looks sick.
I kept thinking about that Pokemon.
Star you?
Yeah.
Terrible.
That's all I could think about.
Nah,
So now you can ask your
Star
important
me.
question.
What was that? I'm sorry, I can't see you.
So he was thinking about Star me.
No, Star you. Star
Star
me
who?
has like a bajillion edges. Star
Star
you
who?
has 5.
Star who?
Star you.
Star who? Go ahead.
So say we know James Gunn is gonna. They want James Gunn to return to. You okay there, bud?
Come on, you don't know your Pokemon lore?
What about James Gunn?
No, DC is interested in having James Gunn back for more movies. If he was to do another Suicide Squad movie, what's a character you want to see?
Don't all answer at once.
I want. You've been brooding on this. You haven't given me
I
any hot tips.
I have a couple.
Yeah, you said one to me earlier, and I was like, I do want that.
What was that? I'll let you steal it.
It was Kite Man. You had said Kite Man.
Yeah,
I was
Kite
like,
Man.
yeah, no, I
Kite
want
Man
to see
really
Kite Man.
cool. Captain Cold. I want an ice villain. That's it.
Okay.
I just think the way you kill people with ice is cool. And Captain Cold is sick, so.
Well,
There's
couldn't
a-
we have like Victor Freeze
No,
instead?
I'd rather have Captain Cold.
Why?
Because he's a better character.
I'd actually rather have Killer Frost. For Suicide Squad, I'd rather have Killer Frost.
I just want Captain Cold.
Like, I like Captain. You know, I like Captain
Yeah.
Cold.
I like William.
I have a whole reveal thing set up for
I
mine.
like Captain Cold, and then I always go Dark Justice
Yeah.
League. I think you find a way to do Etrigan.
That'd be cool if you could figure out a way to do it.
Figure out a way to do it. Like I don't know. You want to bend the lore, make him attached to it. Well, I think technically he's attached to him, but just do something. Just do something cool like that.
Yeah.
I was thinking about this out there. I mentioned to you because Garen was like, you don't want to do somebody too powerful, and he was talking about Sinestro, and I was like, well, they don't want. It's not that they're too powerful. It's just finding a way to do it and whatever.
Yeah.
I was like, I would want to do, Guy Gardner. Because he's the only kind of ambiguous one. He gets angry. You could do something, he does something wrong, and he gets in trouble. And then he's kind of there as, like, the one hero you have there, but he's also, off the rails. Plus, you get a lantern, and lanterns are sick, so. And on the big screen, I think lanterns would be sick if it's not Ryan Reynolds.
Oh, well, hold up. What's wrong with Ryan Reynolds?
That Ryan Reynolds movie's really bad.
It's a bad movie, but he looks pretty
Yeah, it's like, I don't blame that on Ryan Reynolds.
I do.
Okay.
Why would you take it? Why wouldn't you shoot it? Why wouldn't you say more Ryan?
sick.
You killed yourself. In continuity, you killed yourself for taking it.
Continuity. Comic book continuity, whatever matters.
But yeah, like there's a couple. I'll have a couple more that I'll sprinkle in.
Yeah.
But and I had I said this to Bobby, and then he called me a dummy. I said Bane. I think Bane makes a good Raphael to a Leonardo.
I don't.
Somebody who wants to be a leader, but sometimes can make a not the right decision. Raphael always gets on Leonardo for not going and fighting and going right away and thinking it out. And I know that's really not Bane's character, but you could write Bane to be that character if you wanted. I know Bane's really smart, but I also think it's hard to do. I think it's harder to do Bane as a Leonardo than it is to do him as a Raphael.
Okay.
I like Bane.
Yeah.
I want him in more.
Like
No, I agree with that. I like Bane too.
The only reason that Bane is strong is because he was smart enough to do all the serum shit.
No, he's also just extremely strong to begin with. Then he puts in the Venom and he becomes ridiculous.
Yeah, he's like a former member of the League of Shadows.
Yeah, he is an
just
assassin.
stupid.
Plus, he's built like Brock Lesnar. So,
Yeah.
what are we talking about? He's Brock Lesnar if he was successful in the MMA, in UFC.
Okay. So what I hear is that's our fan cast for Bane as Brock Lesnar.
I said what I said.
I did a gag with
Oh.
mine. This is half why I asked it.
Okay.
Like, no, you can open it and get the thing out.
I kind of
That's who I want. If James Gunn is doing a Suicide Squad sequel, this is who I
Can
want.
you hold
Of course, I'll hold the.
the lantern of secrets?
I want it. I want it so bad. So I don't know how much you guys know about Jarro.
That's so
Huh?
He's Starro in a jar. That's what he is. So Jarro.
Wasn't he not already in a jar before they broke it in the movie?
So Jarro is.
Oh!
Yeah, that's why it was in a jar. That's a joke. Jarro was in Scott Snyder's Justice League run, which is a book I love to shit on for being the Justice League just fighting a somehow human-looking, somehow space entity. Not to steal from Grant Morrison's Green Lantern Black Stars. Love you, Grant Morrison. But it was the samey run. But it gave me Jarro, so I think I'm forever indebted to Scott Snyder's Justice League run. Basically, Starro came about, and it was New 52 Starro, so we don't have to talk about him that much. And he sacrificed himself. Batman stole a piece of him to try to study Starro more. And instead, apparently, that piece of Starro birthed a son of Starro.
Mm-hmm.
But because the son was around the Justice League when he was born, he's a good guy.
I love that.
He considers Batman to be his dad.
Mm-hmm.
He wants to be.
So you're telling me Starro is actually a part of the Bat family?
So he's Starro in a jar. His name is Jarro. He appears in Death Metal as just like a little, like literally Wonder Woman says, we need help from the most powerful member of the Justice League, and someone goes Superman. And she's like, no, and it switches to Jarro, like breaking rocks, and he's small. Jarro is small because he's a baby. He wants to be Batman's favorite Robin. In a Justice League story, which I might cover later because I still have to finish reading it, he is literally in a Robin outfit. It's the cutest thing, and I think it's one of the things you don't think about getting it in movies because we never thought we'd get Starro. So, but we got Starro. I could definitely see a situation where Amanda Waller takes a piece of Starro, have someone like Ratcatcher befriend him, and I think we could have a really interesting Jarro, especially if James Gunn is the one in charge. Please, I want Jarro.
Speaking of Ratcatcher, Karen had a thing where it's like when she calls all the rats, that it calls Weasel. We get Weasel back at the end of the movie.
That's how he came back. He called him from the void.
That's great. I love that.
He tries to swim across the ocean. Nope.
I just want more Weasel.
Can I get a standalone movie?
They should make a show. It'd be like Loki.
It's him versus the Verminator from Over the Hedge.
All right, I gotta leave. I'm sorry.
Sorry.
What would you guys think of like Gizmo?
From Teen Titans?
Yeah.
Cool.
Basically anybody from the Teen Titans I'm down for.
Yeah.
Solid.
The Suicide Squad, I think I was telling you this the one day. It was like, it's kind of weird. The cinematic Suicide Squad is really weird to me. Because, I don't know if you've read a Suicide Squad comic.
I have.
They're not usually like that.
No.
Like, they're usually a lot more militaristic, a lot serious. So, it's just weird that in essence, like back in 2015 when they announced the first Suicide Squad movie, that they wanted to make it a Guardians of the Galaxy-esque thing, because that was always the goal.
Yeah.
Like, I'm glad we got James Gunn to do this one so we could see that idea realized, but it's still just very weird to me that that's what we were going for. But
it bangs, so.
Yeah, his thing is like, it's good, so it doesn't matter.
So, I'd also like Deadshot, but I want him to be played by Jaden Smith instead of Will Smith. Also, can we get Dr. Doom? I don't think he would be really good.
I want to hear how you want to try to get Dr. Doom in there. How does Waller get him?
She sends him a violation for not paying taxes to the...
No, that's what I said for Batman. You can't do that again.
Oh. Batman paying his taxes. He just claims all the
He
just claims all the Robins as independents.
And then the IRS gets it.
They look into why there's so many Robins.
Bruce, half these people are older than you.
All right, so I think my pick for the sequel, we're going to see your opinion on this. I was thinking get someone like General Zod, right? Hear me out. You get him.
That's possible, yeah.
Yeah, get him in there, because I would love, because he thinks he's above all humanity, he thinks he's above Superman. I want to see him try to work on a team.
Yeah, you could absolutely do that. They didn't do this with Zod, but they did this with Doomsday. Forget where they do it in mainstream continuity, but it's how they do it. They do it in the Injustice video game and in the comic. Yeah. They have a Kryptonian control collar that they use on people. I know they do it to Doomsday at some point in mainstream continuity as well. Don't remember when, but you could do that with Zod and have that work out too. I think that's interesting.
Now why is it the collar breaks?
Exactly.
Zod wins.
Zod wins.
Oh, can we talk about the Suicide Squad versus Star the Conqueror splash screen?
Can we talk about all of the title cards in this movie? Because I loved them all.
It was one away from being, all right, that's enough.
Yeah.
It was like when they're lucky that I think the last one they did is Suicide Squad versus Starro, because if I have another one after that, I'm done with. Like right before that one, I was like, all right, because the Project Jotunheim to Project Harley, that one was like, all right, that's cool.
Yeah.
And then we got one more. I'm like, okay, I'm good. Yeah, I didn't need the one right before they threatened the Tinker or whatever his name was, the Thinker. I'm like, I don't need that one. But the Starro one definitely saved them, because I was like, they're cool, but they got old. But then they got saved, and I'm old.
Yeah, it was a very specific. It felt like these are your issues of the comics. It's like next week this. Like I could definitely see the like little thing, because every comic in everything has an individual part of the story that it's called. Besides like part 1, part 2, part 3. Like in reality, this would be probably like Suicide Squad something, and then
Suicide Squad now.
you would only know it like part 1, part 2, part 3, part 4, part 5.
Yeah.
But like individually, you'd read the first comic and it would be like next time projects, and then like Jotunheim would be crossed out and it'll say Harley.
I
Like,
see what he's saying.
yeah. Comics do it all the time, and it's weird that
Yeah.
they do it like
There's
that.
some things in comics that don't transfer to film well, though.
Yeah, but
And
it's cool when someone does
It
something
was
like
cool.
that. It
It's
makes
very cool that it worked, and James Gunn is probably somebody I would believe would make it work,
Yeah.
and he did. So
but
So, I mean, we talked about how it kind of bombed a little bit in the release for
Yes.
the box office.
so shocked.
Now, do you think this is going to help the case of DC and their movies going forward? Because I would say,
No.
as someone who hasn't watched much of DC, I really enjoyed this film. So, from what I've heard people complaining about it, I could definitely see them turning it around if they can stream a little bit more and get more out there.
maybe
I don't. I genuinely don't.
A
think
big
this
part
movie
of
is-
the-
Just DC just never will have
I
a good
genuinely
film.
think they're going to, unless they get. Because Marvel doesn't. It's not like Marvel.
I need
is,
a Favreau DC movie, just one.
It's like
and that'll sell
I
me.
don't need like Marvel has never been good. They don't just make good movies because they make good movies. Like they pick good directors. Like I don't want to butcher his name. What's his name?
which one?
Thor 3.
Taika Waititi.
Yeah.
It took me a long time
It's
to be able to
he's
consistently get that
excellent.
name right.
James Gunn is excellent. Like
Yeah.
And I don't know if it's like I told you as we were leaving. I don't know if DC wants to have too many hands in on their projects and they don't just believe in their directors or what's going. But if they want these to work, they need to just let go more. And if this is bombing the way it is, I don't think they will.
To bounce off that point, the last 2 DC movies that have had released that have been received really well are examples of that.
Yeah.
Zack Snyder's Justice League and the Suicide Squad was them just giving Zack Snyder and James Gunn do whatever.
And what they have one win with Shazam, and I don't know anything behind the production of that movie. If whoever did that had a lot of,
Critically, Wonder Woman is a success as well.
well,
I
I'm
think
talking
that's
about good
it.
movies.
I'd like Wonder Woman.
Well, the
I
second
don't-
one was definitely worse.
Okay,
So they obviously
that's-
didn't let them
yeah.
do what they went from the first one to the second one. It's also why I'm worried about the next Shazam. And
Yeah.
I don't think I saw Aquaman the first time, really enjoyed it, and I think I only really enjoyed it because I knew every other DC movie's dog.
Yeah.
So then when I went and I saw it the second time, I was like, this movie is really.
I haven't watched Aquaman a second time, and I also don't know what the critical take on Aquaman is. So like, that's just why I didn't mention it, because I don't know.
I just don't think it's that good.
But yeah, so that's
I really enjoyed Aquaman, but that was also a lot of people said it was almost a carbon copy of Black Panther.
Just wasn't that good, and also Black Panther, I don't think it's that good. So.
Yeah.
It's good, but it's not that good.
That's racist.
Especially it's got what's her name in it.
I didn't say anything about Tidy Whities.
but yeah, like we could see stuff from that full. But I also don't think that especially unless this movie turns around and ends up pulling a profit. I don't know how they're looking at their streaming stuff. I don't think they are, because if they did, we would probably be getting other stuff from Zack Snyder's area of the DC universe, which we're not getting. So I genuinely don't think they pay attention to how their streaming stuff does. So I just think it's based off profit, and this movie, just purely based on theatrical release, hasn't turned a profit yet.
But it's also been on the opening weekend. It came out on Thursday. Give it time. I think it'll grow.
Yeah.
Genuinely, so I agree with this. Logically, that's how you should think. I guarantee you that they wanted this to turn a profit opening weekend because,
Probably,
like, the first Suicide Squad did, and I think almost all of their movies
I think that
had.
I want to believe that there's rational humans that will understand that not only are we recovering from COVID, but at the time that you released your thing, there are actual places like requiring people to wear masks again. Like it's getting bad again.
Yeah.
They're like, I work at a store. I now have to wear a mask every day.
Yep, the Amazon facilities are now cracked back down, whether you're vaccinated or not. You're wearing masks.
And it's regardless of vaccination, you have to. So I would like to think that people can temper their expectations, but there are big box companies. Who cares?
That's just kind of my thing on it. So who knows?
I really enjoyed it.
I did too. I really liked it.
All right, out of 10, what is it?
That's a solid 7.
Really, a 7?
7.
I was going to give it an 8.
I would say, yeah. I thought 7 was a little low.
Well, I mean, I have nothing to compare it to. I told you I don't watch DC movies, so I mean, but like
So just as a movie,
I said, that ending, it really kind of let me down a little bit.
yeah, definitely, I'll give you that.
No, I mean, like it was definitely a solid, enjoyable experience. I liked all the characters were good. Like I said, I had a little bit
And
of
a 7 isn't bad.
yeah, no, a 7's a damn good score.
Yeah, like this. A 5 is an average movie. It's like I wasted an hour and a half, and I'm all right.
Yeah.
So 7 is a good movie.
Yeah.
And 8 is a really good movie.
Yeah, it's like I enjoyed it. It satiated me wanting to see a comic book movie. I had a lot of fun with it.
I definitely think they should have. I know you disagree, but I think they should have had more of those characters. Not necessarily in prison, but I would have liked like a nice little training montage or something.
I wouldn't have hated it. Like, don't get me wrong. I wouldn't have hated seeing any more of those characters.
They
But
did Pete Davidson 30.
yeah, I think that's why. I think the more screen time you give those characters, the less likely you can get higher profile actors into those roles.
That is true. Yeah.
Like those actors probably spent only 1 or 2 days on set.
Yeah.
I would probably give it a 1 disembodied Captain Boomerang arm out of 10. I give it 7.5.
Who's
Listen,
that dude in the original one? He was like he shoots off
Whiplash.
Whiplash, and then just he just explodes.
wasn't it Slipknot?
Slipknot? I think it's
Oh,
Slipknot.
it is Slipknot.
Whiplash is the villain
Whiplash
from
is
Iron
the-
Man 2.
I'm
Yeah.
so happy that they literally only do that in the first film just to show you what that explosive can do. I'm so happy how they did that in this
Yeah,
movie.
that's why. Yeah,
And I'm so happy they only did it once. Because it's like, I didn't need Waller to be more involved than what she already was in the first scene.
Yeah.
Done.
That was the jamming. Doing that was a good idea.
Yeah, so we don't have to keep going back to Waller.
Yeah.
Happy to keep them out of the movie so we can have one straight focus the entire time.
yeah. No, I agree with that. I liked the way we balanced the different things going on. That one, the girl that led the mutiny against Waller. How do we think Waller killed her?
Yeah, 'cause she doesn't show up she's not in the post-credit scene. It's the white woman and it's the white guy.
Yeah.
She's not there.
So how do we think Waller killed her?
Starro.
Starro. She's
We're
Starro.
going to see the next movie and then she's going to have Jarro on her face.
Well, I think that's obvious that she's gonna be in the next Suicide Squad movie. And she's
She's just in the field. She's like,
no, she's the target. She is the mission.
I like the idea. She's in the field and she's just like, Waller, I don't even have powers. She's like, yeah, get out there. Or what? You know what? She flips the thing open and it's like, okay.
Yeah, poor girl.
Yeah.
That was one of my favorite scenes. When she just hit Waller.
I'll tell you what, when you were worried when they were going back to go fight Starro, I was more worried at the end when they're all in the helicopter. When she's sitting in the office and looks over, I'm like,
I had a small slash of fear. I was just like,
that was when I was like, because I know we've seen the scene,
Yeah.
like in the trailer, I'm like, this would be wild if she
Like,
blew
yeah.
all these dudes' heads
like
up right now.
this movie. No one in this movie is safe until the credits roll. Like,
Yeah.
Not even safe then.
So
They were so unsafe, John Cena came back. Man.
Yeah. So wait, how did that go? Since I didn't see that.
it's just,
He's just laying in a hospital bed.
yeah. The two,
They found him under the rubble. His
Yeah.
heart was still beating. He's definitely real resilient.
yep. The two agents are just walking through, and the nurse is giving the breakdown of like this person survived all this stuff, and it turns and it's Cena in a hospital bed, all hooked up.
So
Well, what do you need him for? Just to save the fucking world. And that's
Yeah.
what they say.
well, so next movie, do you think he's gonna have smaller bullets?
I loved that payoff.
That payoff was
This
amazing.
is so good.
Because I definitely forgot about that. I was like, if they ever fight, that's definitely gonna do what they do.
Yeah.
And then I completely forgot about it until it happened.
That was funny as hell.
Yeah, it was really good payoff to that. Again, Bloodsport sneeze, rip.
I say yeah.
Right.
Favorite bit of Carnage. Because there were some really good I given it was all CGI. But favorite bit of CGI Carnage. Do you guys have any specific one?
Honestly, I think just to set the tone for the movie, Pete Davidson immediately getting his face blown off.
I think there's like 3 really pronoun ones, and I think it's that one. I think it's the Thinker getting obliterated by Starro, and then I think it's the trailer scene where he rips the guy in half and the lightning strikes behind him. King Shark.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
So
that
that-
one was good.
Personal favorite, the 2 kills Boomerang gets. I think the Boomerang coming around,
yeah,
hitting
yeah.
the guy and just slicing the head open. That was really cool. I'm glad we at least gave him something.
Yeah.
Also, Harley's escape was really good as well.
Yeah,
just
it was so good.
as a scene and as a whole thing. I don't know if you heard. We had the Pop Striker guys with us. When that happened, I heard just directly from them when she had the guy and she snapped his neck with her legs. I just heard, please. And I was like, I literally turned and went, which one of you horny ass motherfuckers just said please?
Oh,
I think her killing the president, that was kind of like, that hit me out of nowhere.
I knew when
I
he
knew it
walked
was
up
something
when
was
he
coming.
walked up to the window, I'm like, all right, so he's dead. But I thought he was gonna get shot from outside, and just then Harley get blamed. And then when that was actually, I was really worried that I wasn't gonna like Harley because I never really like her in anything.
Yeah.
She was so good in this movie. She actually, if I don't pick, who did I say my favorite character was?
King
Mark.
Milton.
Milton.
If I didn't pick him, it might have been Harley. Harley was really good.
They did James Gunn and his team.
I'd murder him.
They did a really good job of continuing where Harley left off in Birds of Prey. Just like the whole thing
Yeah.
of where Harley's at. I'm happy that it wasn't just forgotten.
I said if I ever got another boyfriend.
If I saw any more red flags on my boyfriends, I'd murder him.
Yep.
And killing kids, that's definitely a red flag.
I mean, we might be done with red flags and boyfriends. Maybe some red hair on a girlfriend.
Poison Ivy?
That's what I want.
That's what I want to.
What, Suicide Squad?
Yeah, that would be cool.
Even if not in a Suicide Squad, just to see
Give me Swamp Thing and Suicide Squad too, please.
Oh my gosh, that'd be
you
fun.
and Swamp Thing.
I just want him in something. You're gonna cancel a show, give him something.
Yeah.
That show looked fantastic.
Yeah, it got a spot in the DC TV multiverse,
We love it.
even though they're never doing anything else with it.
Rest in peace. Yeah, the Carnage was really good. The Pete Davidson was really good.
Yeah, all of the little things
Fucking polka
was
dot.
really
dude.
good.
Polka
Dot Man.
With the
God.
mom.
You see who that is? It's your mother!
That's not even my favorite one. My favorite one has got to be the first one.
Yeah.
The opening one. King Shark. It makes me uncomfortable. Or the one in the club is really
The
good
one in
too.
the club. Them in the club is a good scene.
He's dancing with all his moms.
I love the way it's shot. Where at first it's him with the regular people, and then
Yeah.
it does the spin around, and oh my god, it was so good.
So, do you ever see your mom? I see her everywhere.
Well, where's your mom now?
Uh,
I'm a mother. Oh my gosh, they killed him so hard.
I'm a motherfucker.
Yep. Well, what are you gonna do with him? It's Polka Dot Man.
Yeah, he got ripped up.
The fact that he got this much in this movie was surprising. I'm happy for it.
I love the practical effects on his face.
Yeah.
Oh, that was so good.
Also, the head crab Starros.
Yeah, are all practical, right?
Yes.
Yes, that made me. I'm a sucker for practical stuff.
Yeah.
'Cause you know I like all the Muppet shit.
Yeah.
Like,
No, I
oh,
loved
practical, bro.
this movie had, and side effect of giving James Gunn just do whatever the fuck you want. It's just got a lot of heart, a lot of love for everything that's in the movie. Like,
Yeah.
he actually did Starro. I'm still shocked that Starro was what we did in this movie.
You know the scaredest, or the most scared I was in the film?
When?
The black and white film with the astronauts. When the guy at the camera on the other side door turns and you see Starro got bigger and then when they all charged I was scared. Like, I'm not gonna lie to you, like that actually shook me. I was like, what the, get the fuck away from me. Oh my gosh. And then everything with everything with Bloodsport and him grabbing the stuff off his chest, it's just so badass.
Yeah, it made me like a character that I really knew nothing about because what do you know about Bloodsport?
I was like, he was getting right.
Yeah. It's a cool way to do. Again, James Gunn took a bunch of nobodies and made a good movie
But
with it.
you know, I was a little sad. I was wrong. There was no Starro takes control of a hero and then somebody
No,
has
there
to kill him.
wasn't.
I really thought that was going to be one.
I thought
That's
that
how I
too.
thought Idris was going to die. Because I thought they made it very apparent when he slams his face into the thing and his head breaks. I'm like, no. Because I know Star was coming out at that point, right? And
Yeah.
then I'm like, oh, stop.
I agree with you. It did
then
look
when
like
they
they were
show-
setting it up.
I thought there was, and then when he is safe, right, and they do the overhead shot of all the stars flopping on the ground and them all dead, they don't show I didn't see. They could have shown it, and I just missed it. They don't show Polka Dot Man in the overhead shot. I'm like, this is where we're gonna get Polka Dot Man all starred up.
But I feel like you
And-
could just shoot right through it, right? Like as soon as it grabs your,
I don't know. No, because it comes out of his arms, out of his things. On his
he
arms.
definitely was throwing them.
Yeah,
up
he
in the
threw it
woods.
up in the beginning.
When he was in the jungle. Remember?
Was he throwing up? I thought he was just letting it all go.
They
He
definitely
let it all
threw.
go like this.
They
No, I
def-
thought he was just letting it all.
No,
letting
he was
it
like
all-
he was.
they did
heard
a
him.
sound effect for throwing up.
Oh, I just didn't hear it then.
He's just full of polka dots.
That scene, him throwing up, actually made me laugh really
It
hard.
was really funny. And
Wait.
it was beautiful seeing all the colors like
Yeah,
bounce off
but
the
it-
trees.
What does he do? Just throw polka dots at people?
He's
Oh
like,
my
He
God,
really
he
throws
throws polka dots at
people.
Fuck,
God,
what?
Fucking Peacemaker.
Book. Hand. How many times you guys called me King Shark made me sad? I am not that stupid.
Oh, come on.
Everything in this was good.
It was very good. And we kind of had a feeling it was going to be. It was James Gunn getting a chance to do whatever he wants. And we know James Gunn is weird enough to do some fun things.
Like, he's not afraid to break rules, I guess. In
Yeah.
that sense. Does that
Stretch
make-
boundaries, I'd say more than
Yeah. Thank
Yeah, he knows what he can do, and he knows how to do things.
you. Yeah.
Was he both Guardians or just the first one?
No, he's
Both
all-
Guardians.
Yeah.
All?
He's,
Yeah,
all,
he's
he's
got-
going to be a third one.
Yep,
too.
he's going to be a third one as
And then
well.
he's probably. You think he's going to come back for anything else?
He might, but he
Suicide
won't
Squad
be
too.
doing Guardians. He's done with Guardians after 3. He hasn't spoke about doing any other Marvel projects. He wanted to do Thunderbolts, but
I would say, yeah, I would
this,
put him on Thunderbolts.
Well, he was saying he wanted to do Thunderbolts, but this scratched that itch. That he doesn't have
so
it.
now he doesn't want
Yeah,
to.
he doesn't have a big desire to do Thunderbolts anymore because he got to do Suicide Squad.
You know, I'd throw him on Ultimates. If we were to ever get the Ultimates, and I know anybody who likes the Ultimates doesn't like what I just said, but I don't think we'll ever get serious Al Ewing type of Ultimates where it's not jokey. And it seems like that's just kind of the way that Marvel's leaning into their things. Like, nothing's really serious anymore. You don't get, like, the dark and brooding type of thing that you got from Thor 1 and 2. Or, like, even Iron Man was a little funny, but gets a little serious at points. I think we're just going to get funnier movies.
Yeah,
Because I think we're just going to lean into comic book tropes. And I think...
Yeah, side effect of it being Disney and of those being the movies that got really popular.
Yeah. I don't want James Gunn on a single character. Because I think he might... unless the single character has other people... Like, you can put him on Defenders. But,
Okay.
like, if you wanted to do just a Luke Cage film, and then they show up in it, like Jessica Jones or Daredevil, when they show up, then you can do that, and then they could also do the quippy things. But if you give him one person, I'd be worried that he'd try to make them a little too quippy, unless it's a character that is all quip. Like Deadpool or Classic or She-Hulk, stuff like that.
Yeah, I get what you're saying.
He'd probably do a good Green Arrow movie for you.
I just love Idris Elba.
I do.
I'm aware of the effect he has on women. That was an Office reference.
Oh, yeah!
Gotcha.
He is in the Office.
He is in the Office.
I wish I cared about The Office.
I
You
wish
should.
did
It's
too.
actually good.
I've watched 5 seasons
So
of
wait,
that
we're
show.
watching
and I'm
all of
so
The
tired.
Office and Star Wars?
No.
No,
We're
just Star Wars.
not going to have time for a podcast.
But, yeah.
Any other thoughts?
Suicide Squad was good. Go watch it.
Yeah.
I don't want it to fail. I don't want DC to keep making bad movies because they have a couple characters I care about.
Yeah. Welcome to my life.
No, because you like actually care. I don't. It feels good to win as a Marvel fan.
The winner.
We stay winning.
This is how I win.
Yeah, I think what the Flash movie is next. No, the Batman is next.
Please,
Stop
Darren,
rerunning Batman.
Thank you.
Please stop.
I don't understand how you guys are excited for another Batman movie.
I,
Have you not seen it? You saw it do well once.
I want to see what Robert Pattinson does with it.
Yeah.
But I'm done with Batman already.
Yeah.
And the last Batman movie I saw was what's his name? Christian Bale.
Yeah, that's what we
Oh,
grew
I'm
up
sorry.
with. Really? Like, what's the one before Christian Bale? Is that the one? Not Michael Keaton.
Yeah.
It is.
Keaton.
Yeah.
It's like we didn't grow up with that. We grew up with the Dark Knight, and I'm still tired.
I
of
mean, I did, but that's not the point.
it.
That is true. Batman might have like the most films. Am I wrong? Or
You're
as a single
almost
character.
definitely correct.
yeah.
I'm just tired of it. Like, come on. We got so much. There's so much other stuff we could do. Why are we Why is this supposed to be in the Joker universe? This Batman?
Nope, completely separate.
Then, like, I
Wait,
let
so
the
there's no
Joker.
Joker?
Oh, well, obviously
It was-
there's a dudes with clown makeup, so there's got to be a Joker in some form or fashion.
No. There might be like references to it. It's supposed to be Riddler.
But they're dressed up as clowns.
Baby.
There
Yeah,
might
but
be throwaway stuff to it.
That's what I'm
but
saying.
Riddler's.
I know the Riddler is the main villain. I'm not saying we're going to fight the Joker,
Yeah.
but there has to be some type of Joker in the universe for them to be dressed up as clowns.
No, what's that? The
It's
Batman.
too on the nose.
Batman Returns. Is that the one with Joker with the Christian Bale ones?
No, it's Dark
It's the
Knight.
Dark Knight. They were wearing clown masks,
Masks.
but they didn't know who the Joker was. They were just doing it on their own.
But they were hired by the Joker.
Were they?
Yes.
Yeah,
Okay.
they were. He was actually one of them, but
Yeah, I know he was one of
yeah,
them, but
they
I
were
thought
working
they were just...
for him.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm a little excited for it. It's supposed to be it's supposed to be a heavier on the detective aspect, which is the part of Batman that I like.
That
Which
could
they
be
didn't
good.
show any of in the trailer, so.
Yeah. But it also looks like we're going to have a cool Batmobile again, which I've been asking for a while. So, you know.
I don't know how I felt about Robert Pattinson beating that dude to death.
He's just sleeping.
After he put him on the ground and then hit him with the hammer fist 3 times, I was like,
Techie was asking Dane and Darian that about on the thing, and he was
I
like,
said,
"You killed the guy."
guys, he's dead. He's
No,
fucking
he's just
dead.
sleeping.
His face is beat the fuck in. Like,
That's such like comic book Batman of overly beat, like stealing the guy's bones. Like,
yeah, that was
like
a lot.
no, he's dead, but he's not dead because he's not going to be dead. Batman doesn't kill.
fucked.
Yeah.
This movie was originally supposed to be, in its original form, it was Ben Affleck solo.
Mm.
And it was supposed to have different ties. But as all the Snyder stuff happened, different people left, different people got brought on, and it's become this.
Mm.
I don't know.
That's what I want for Suicide Squad too. Is
Ben Affleck.
Ben Affleck Batman.
Yes.
I just want him to have a machine gun the whole time.
Why don't you bring him around more?
I want Venom. Can we get Venom for Suicide Squad too?
I can give you blood work.
Can I have Magneto?
No.
Can I have the Juggernaut?
No.
Can I have Galactus?
No, I was telling
You
him.
can have a Thunderbolts
Can I have
movie.
Annihilus?
You can just have a Thunderbolts movie.
Can I have Stephen
You
Strange?
can have whatever you want in the Thunderbolts movie.
I don't want a Thunderbolts movie.
Well,
Because
shut up.
I won't get the right Ross. I don't know.
That was good. That was good.
I hope that comes. I hope you heard that.
That was good.
Can I get a Suicide Squad, but it's just rap?
All right, wait, well, who would it be? Right now.
We're doing this.
Give me
an
five.
actual
No,
thing.
just go.
Okay.
Okay. So,
Pete Davidson.
Rick. So now Rick Ross is Killer Croc.
Well, Killer Croc or Shark Boy? Which Suicide Squad are we talking about here?
Killer Croc watches BET, so that's Rick Ross.
I want 2 Chains. And he just goes, Tony, but it's Sonic, and it
And he-
destroys buildings.
I was gonna say have him as Slipknot use his train.
and then
Takes his 2 chains and throws.
Just
No,
erase.
I want 2 Chains as Wonder Woman, but his 2 Chains turned into the lasso of truth.
Oh, I thought you were going for like Captain Boomerang skin. He just does it and the chains go around.
Oh my god.
All right, that's 2.
Okay.
No, you got to provide one. I've already done 2 of them.
Eminem, but it's Polka Dot Man, and he throws M&Ms.
Now, are they actually M&Ms? Did they get Eminem to pay for that? Or was it Mars that was Eminem?
Yep, you're right.
Oh my, I don't know. I couldn't think of anything off the top of my head.
I want Ludacris somewhere. He's the comic relief.
Oh, I don't know anybody from DC.
Ken, you're gonna
get-
shoot this down, but I need you to hear out the whole thing.
Yeah.
You do Lin-Manuel Miranda, who does the Hamilton stuff, but he's the guy you kill right at the beginning to show you the stuff
Please,
with
I wanna
Suicide
know.
Squad.
That just
Can I
sounds like
get
fan
Ice
service
Cube
for
as
Tanner.
Captain
Exactly.
Cold?
That's what it is.
I hate it.
I just think it'd be funny.
Can I get Ice Cube as Captain Cold?
This man has all the ideas.
When are you going to write it?
Can I get Run and DMC as the Wonder Twins?
Oh my god.
I've been sitting here trying to think of a duo to make the Wonder Twins, and I couldn't figure it out.
good.
I was like, wait, the ultimate prize.
That's good.
You can have Nikki B. Harley.
Please. I would want to be that dude.
Dude, that's
I
how-
would want to be murdered with her legs.
Jesus.
Nikki, call me.
All right. That's what this has devolved down to.
But he said it. I just capitalized on it.
I think you invested all the capital into that.
That's correct.
All the capital right into it.
But yeah, that's our fan cast for rapper Suicide Squad.
I'm just waiting for Tony. And then definitely there's somebody who like got a mirror and reflects it back, and that's how he dies, like midway through the movie.
All right.
Killing me.
We got anything else?
No, I don't have anything else.
All
for
right. I think that's going to be it. It's getting hot in here. We've
Is it?
gotten a little bit, yeah.
you. Yeah, you can see through my shirt.
Yeah. We've done enough for a full episode.
Garen, thank you for coming on.
Thank
It's
you
very
for
fun.
having me. It was a pleasure.
You crack me up. You're my
I
favorite.
try really hard.
So you're gonna take us out?
We're going to do plugs.
Plug us out.
All right, if you want more podcasting content, you can go and check out the Pop Striker podcast.
Okay,
They posted
no. More energy. Take it from the top.
No, they posted an episode the same day as us. They can get that low energy one.
No, I just mean more energy in general. Bring more energy.
You do it.
I don't know the socials.
How do you not know the socials?
I
It's
still
so easy.
use Bing. I don't know how to use internet.
The socials are the first of all, why is Bing the one you chose there? Why don't you just say
nobody likes Bing?
you should have just said Internet Explorer.
I was going to say Mozilla Firefox because I knew you wanted me to use Internet Explorer, you fiend.
What about Microsoft Edge?
The forbidden fruit.
It's experimental. If you want updates on the podcast, at Kaiju and Comics on Twitter and Instagram, it's that easy. It's literally the name of the podcast. You should be able to remember it.
People. Don't listen to him. Listen to me. It's easy.
You can follow me on Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, all the places at CapZachYoung. It's just how it goes. It's also where it's hosted on YouTube. Follow us on Patreon. I post the stuff promptly. Like by the time I get home, the audio file for this will just be up. So you get the podcast early and you get it uncut. Isn't that nice?
Yeah, you get to hear me be controversial.
Yeah. God, that's gonna be how we get canceled.
I'll get canceled. That'll be fine.
Yeah.
You can replace me.
I think we've found out that I can't.
Love being me.
You got anything else?
No, I don't think so. Bobby, you want to go ahead and do your thing?
Okay, if you want to find me,
That happens.
it's you can find me at Bobby Williams Official on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. I try to post weekly about where I'm going to be. I
That's the thumbnail.
perform music. I perform with my acoustic guitar, looking for a band. But in the meantime, I perform gigs. If you want to book me for anything, either at your bar or private event, go ahead and private message me or email me. And yeah, thank you.
All right, and that's all I can think of. Garen, where
Do you
can,
have-
can
do
they
you
find you? Are you possible?
I do not want to be found.
Okay, that's fine. We get that.
You can find us together at most functions. We are not in a committed relationship. He commits adultery at least once a week on me, so it really sucks.
Heterosexual life mates.
Word. I just dapped him up for all my audio listeners.
They definitely heard that.
They didn't see it. They didn't know if I just smacked your meat or
They
something.
could put subtitles on it.
Smacked meat. Alright, yeah.
All right, so with that being said, I've been your Captain Comics.
And I've been your Kaiju commander.
I've been the
Guest
techie.
star.
And the guest star. We are out of here.